Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Today's Friday, which means classroom chat. A classroom only vlog. Roll intro. All right, I'm gonna first start by saying this week was weird. This week, pretty good. If I had to scale it, if I had to rate it on a scale from 0 to 10, I would go ahead and call it a solid 7. Could be better, could be worse. Just weird week. Had a lot of weird stuff happen, behaviors with students. But here's the deal about all of that is I've been getting a lot better at really not letting student behaviors affect me as much. Like, well, that's the choice they're making kind of thing, and just kind of keep my positive energy and attitude up even when things start to derail. So, all right, yeah, a solid week, solid week. One thing that I changed this week I'm really excited to tell you guys about is, let me just show you. Let me pick you up real quick. Let me show you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so here's my behavior chart. Now, what's new on it is these numbers here. So we can't see it, but there's a 1 on the green and then a 0 here. They are numbered. Let me tell you why this is numbered. It's numbered because now their clip, at the end of the day, their behavior clip is also now tied to, completely tied to academics. Right here behind me is my centered cabinets. And I have now started setting out 2 reading centers in the morning for guided reading and 2 math centers for guided math. Now, if you've been watching the last classroom chat vlogs, you know already that I've been doing student choice. I don't dictate where students go. I just provide them different strategies. I provide them different learning opportunities and places to be. The only time they have to do anything is if I call them to my area for our lesson. So, now I used to have a lot more available academically, but now I've narrowed it down to 4. Why I do that is because their behavior now is completely tied to how much work that they do. Students put work that they're done with in the work box. So at the end of the day, however many workstations they've done determines what color they're on. Take a look here. If they have done 4 workstations, they'll be on red. If they've done 3, they'll be on orange, 2 yellow, 1 green, and 0 blue. And so since I have 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, so 2 reading in the morning and 2 math in the afternoon, that's their 4 opportunities. What I'll actually do as well is I will, for the afternoon math time, I will also put out the same 2 reading centers that they had in the morning, just in case they didn't get a chance to do it in the morning. So if they really wanted to, they could do all of their centers just in the afternoon and not do any in the morning. I completely leave it up to them. This is the first day doing that, and here's what happened. At the end of the day, students were realizing, oh, it's crunch time, it's time to go. And they would actually, they hustled at the end of the day, and I avoided any arguments at the end of the day about their colors. Why wasn't I on red? You didn't have 4. So it was very cut and dry. They know exactly what they have to do to get on red, and also they have to behave, right? So if they misbehave, they still have to move their clip down, but it's one of those things where it's black and white. You know what you gotta do. You either have 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, or you don't. There's no, you know what I mean? It's no debate about it. And so today when they try to argue with me, I'd be like, didn't have enough papers. And so it kind of just, yeah, it made it a lot easier to determine what color they should be on for the day. So I hope I did a good job of explaining that. What I will do though is after I'm done with my small group, so let's just paint this picture here. After, so they come in, they eat their breakfast. When they're done eating, they go pick a workstation or a computer or library. And after everyone's done eating, I give them all about 10 minutes to eat. I start calling to groups. I'll say, green group, come meet me at my guided reading table. We will do our lesson, and I will remind them, remember, to get to red today, you've got to get 4 papers done. You could do one now, you could do it later, it's up to you. And then periodically throughout the period, I might remind certain students, how many papers do you have done? None? Okay, maybe now would be a good time to do it, kind of guiding them towards it, but I'm not making them or forcing them to do anything. And so by the end of the day, when a student realized they did not have enough work done, he goes to he looks over to his neighbor and he goes, "Man, I'm gonna get some work done." And he went and he did all 4 stations in like 20 minutes. So, and what was really cool is I have another student who really likes computers. And if I don't do anything or tell him anything else, he will stay on computer the entire day. So he actually figured out today, instead of going straight to computers, and I'm glad that he figured this out on his own, instead of going straight to computers, he went and he knocked out his workstations, boom, boom, 1, 2 in the morning, and then spent the rest of the block of time on computers. So he's figuring it out. It used to be he'd go to computers, then he'd get upset when I'd call him. Now he's like, because he knows I always call his group first. So he started right away on his workstation. I called him, we did our group, he did one more workstation, and then he had like 40 minutes of computer time. So he's getting it. So it's students I'm seeing now my students start to regulate their own behavior and their own academics. They're in charge of what they do. I had kids come up to me and say, "Look, I'm done. I said, "Look, don't tell me about it. And that's not my business. Put it in your work box. If you're happy with it, if you're proud of that work, put it in your work box. And at the end of the day, we'll see what color you get on." I don't need them to show me their work. I grade it, of course. I look at it at the end of the day when they go home, but I don't need them to show that to me right now. It's, hey, if you're proud of that, put it in. If not, go fix it, kind of thing. And so they can't complain if it's a halfway done worksheet and I didn't count it towards one of their 4 papers. So I'm starting now to see that change in my students regulating themselves. I really need to get some work done. Man, I'm fun to go do some work. When I heard that, that was hilarious to me, but at the same time, it made me feel so good because he realized and I put up a timer on the whiteboard now. In addition to projecting this picture, I also will, when it's like the last 10 minutes, I'll throw up a 10-minute warning, and I'll alert the class. I'll say, all right, 10 minutes left. If you're not happy with what you have done right now, I suggest getting one of the workstations done. It's plenty of time. 10 minutes will be plenty of time. And then some students kind of saunter off the computers onto a workstation and they get something done. So all the while I have like Bob Marley playing. So it's a nice time. And what I am doing is, it's to the point now where I can just sit right here at my I can just sit right here at my small group table and pull kids one-on-one. I can do small group, and I don't have to go out there and I don't have to micromanage them. They're starting to see I'm not getting up unless it's an emergency. Some kid raises their hand, "Mr. Thain, he stuck his tongue out at me. I'm busy, not really my business. You guys work that out together." Like, when they know they're not gonna get that satisfaction out of you, that attention from you, then they'll stop. And another thing is, the teaching tip video I did today was on my brain power system. So watch that. If you haven't watched that yet, watch it real quick. And what I'll do while I'm here at my table is I will say from my table, "Braylon, you're doing a great job. I see that your tummy's to the table. I see your crayons and pencils I see your pencil moving. And it looks like you've gotten 2 work papers. I looked at your work box. You've got 2 papers on already. Would you go put a brain power in a jar for our class so it keeps that positive narration going on and they know that I can see them and hear them because I'm narrating from time to time. I don't know, once every 2 or 3 minutes I might do one of those to let them know, yes, I am watching. Matter of fact, I'm always watching. So that's what I'm really excited to share about with you this week, is the evolution of small groups. It doesn't have to be a scary thing. It does not have to be something that is intimidating. Make it your own, however it works for your class. I have students this year, most of them can really rely on themselves and they can make choices. Some years you might not have that luxury. So really, it does not have to be scary. Also, I found these 2 popsicle sticks on my desk. We had a popsicle party today for an incentive for students who got to level 10 on our iRead computer program, and I feel like the sun is like wrecking the light. And so we had that today. I've been telling them about this for weeks, and this iRead program, it's engaging, but it's not the most fun thing that they can do. And we only do it like 20 minutes, 3 times a week, and some students just aren't into it. They just don't really want to do it. And I've been reminding them about this party coming up with the ice cream, and the ice cream gets to level 10, and we finally had it today. And I had a lot of students learn a lesson. They learned a lesson that, well, no, I did not give everybody ice cream. Only 10 students out of 23 got ice cream today. And I did let them know, however, that I bought everybody ice cream. And the day that you hit level 10, you can have yours. So it's completely fair. Everybody has to reach the same goal. It's not that hard to get to level 10. And some of my students really, I think it was the first time it hit them today. They were like, oh man, I need to make sure I'm working on iRead, because the reason why I feel like it hit them today was when at center time, at the end of the day, our playtime, I had 2 kids, instead of playing, they went to iRead. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. So that was nice. But here's what I found. I did not know that these were here, so apparently 2 of my students thought that these jokes were funny enough on these popsicle sticks to leave on my desk. So let me roll these by you real quick. What do lawyers wear to court? Lawsuits. Oh, that's pretty good. And then this one says, oh, boo. This one says, why wasn't the computer hungry? It just had a bite. Stop it. So anyway, somebody thought those were funny enough to leave on my desk. But that is like an external motivator. But at the same time, let me show you. They have cards. Here's my chart. iRead goes from level 0 to level 18. Once they reach level 18, we're having a pizza party. Our midway point, more or less, was level 10, so I had said that we're doing the party then. Their cards go in here with their login information, and I do a hole punch for every level, so I can keep track of what level they're on, but they know what level they're on. A lot of these are in here right now. This is where I just house them when I have to sort them out. But they know what level they're on. If you're not already in some capacity, if you're not already doing this, start sharing your data, start sharing students' data with them. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. My students know what the iRead level is. They know how many stickers they have on this sticker chart over here for math. They also know how many sight words they know. I have their sight word test forms with them. They're like data crazy. Like, they want to know everything. Knowing their data and keeping track of it and being responsible for it, not having it be some ambiguous number or a grade, letting them know exactly what they have, what their test scores are, all that stuff, reading level, it really does go a long way. So I challenge you, if you're not in some way, if I can do it in kindergarten, it can be done in kindergarten. So you can do it whatever grade you're in. Find out a creative or unique way to share that data with your students, because they will benefit from it and they will gravitate towards it. They'll want to know. It's a huge thing that you can do. A small thing, really, having data conversations with your students. All right, sight word test is coming up. There's 20 words in the test. Last time I worked with you, you got 14 out of 20. Here's the 6 that we need to work on. Let's work on them. Send those 6 home. Send the data with the parent. I mean, it doesn't have to be that difficult, but letting students know their grade or what they've scored on an assessment, informal or formal, can really be powerful tools. So I urge you, figure out a way for yourself to do that. If you have any questions or want to know exactly how I do that on certain things, want me to dive deeper, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them for you. And finally, a sort of a funny thing for this week. So I've talked about this, but my students found my YouTube channel, and they actually weirdly really like watching my videos, even like, okay, the funny ones, yeah, but like they'll sit through and they'll watch my random teaching tip ones. I think they like YouTube me better than they like the real me. They listen better to YouTube me than they do me. Funny thing was, the other day, they kept asking me to watch one of my videos, and I was like, guys, not right now. So we had, during snack time, we watched one of my vlogs, and they were silent. Like, you could hear a pin drop, they were so silent. So every once in a while, I just play my last vlog for snack time. It's weird. It's so weird that they like watching it. But I have some that want to watch those vlogs and videos during playtime. And so now, in order to watch my videos, they have to be on red. So that's new. It's a behavior incentive. Hey, you got to watch me. Like, they like it. I don't, like, it's so weird. And it's just so weird that, like, because it's not even for them. All right, I am getting out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, we are going to see The Beauty and the Beast. Kristen has been crazy about this all week. She's been singing about the house. She's been singing it all around the house. I'll admit I have too a little bit, but we're going to have a great weekend. Can't wait to share it with you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend too. Rest up. Let's attack the next week. Let's be strong and positive for the next week of teaching and learning. So find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.